We're here.
I wish I could give this feeling. I wish I could give this feeling. On the corner.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Corner Podcast. Kel Dansby here with the old man Andreas and Kel in Blue Wire Studios, Wynn Resort in Las Vegas. We are back in studio. It feels amazing. Shout out to producer Cole, baby, holding it down when we're at the house. We're looking great under the lights. Brian always holding it down for us with the lighting. It feels great to be back on the desk. It's been 2 weeks. I still blame Chris Jericho. Blame Chris Jericho for everything that happens poorly in life, especially when the man does a suplex in front of you, breaks your chair, and then 3 days later, you end up with the Rona. I blame Chris Jericho.
Fair enough.
But it feels great to be back, Dre. We've talked boxing. And last week, we talked pro wrestling. If you guys didn't listen all the way through to the last show, we're going to be doing pro wrestling every single week now. So we'll recap the entire week of pro wrestling on Sundays. So that'll be fun to have a weekly pro wrestling show again. Look forward to that. Thank you, everyone, for supporting, putting the battery in our back, for supporting AEW Week. WWE Week is coming up shortly. Same week as International Fight Week for the UFC here in Vegas. So we're going to be busy again. So it's good to get back in the studio, kind of get our wits about us again, be under the lights. And Dre, we have a full and packed UFC episode today. We got to recap UFC 275, which somehow you were wrong, but kind of right.
Yeah.
And I was right, but kind of wrong.
Yep.
So we'll talk about that and our predictions going to that one. Of course, as always, we'll be joined by a UFC guest. Great interview. Joaquin Buckley coming through the show. It's going to be great to talk about that as well. Tons and tons of MMA to get to after this. But first and foremost, this is a very important time of the show every year. It's one of my favorite times of the show. Dre, this is your Ronnie romance week every year. This is, Dre, don't do not a damn thing for Valentine's Day. And if you guys have been listening to the show long enough, it's because it's his birthday. He doesn't do anything for Valentine's Day ever. He's a curmudgeon. His wife throws him like a nice party every now and then. Only thing the man wants to do is eat, maybe in peace, and he doesn't go out to eat because it's like stupid packed. Man will be at home eating, does nothing special for his birthday every year. So you ask, oh, it's his birthday, Valentine's Day weekend. When does he romance his wife? It is the wife's birthday coming up. Shout out to her. Dre, last year, and this is why I like this. It's my favorite part of it. Because you give me tips every year around this time.
I do.
You do. Last year, and all of these come to fruition like 2 or 3 years later. So last year, wine country.
Yeah.
Go to wine country. Coincidentally, you had a baby. I would be not baby making on wine country trips. But you have a wine country trip. Cool. I'm going to wine country first time this year.
Finally.
I'm going to Temecula.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to like Napa, like where you go in the fancy.
Temecula's beautiful.
Yes. Tell your pops. I said, what? Tell your pops I'm coming down.
Yeah.
So going to wine country. 2 years ago, cruise. 3 years ago, cruising it up.
That was a while ago.
I'm going on my first cruise.
When?
I'm going on my first cruise October 9th.
Where are you going?
3-day cruise, San Diego through Mexico.
That's a nice little.
Disney cruise. My wife wants to do it for her birthday. It's like 3 weeks after her birthday, but it's like 70% off.
That's
for employees.
That 3 days is going to be too short. I'm telling you that right now.
3 days on a boat seems scary.
Nope. It's gonna go by like that. You're gonna be mad. Wait, you're going on a Disney cruise. They serve alcohol on a Disney cruise?
Unlimited.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna be pissed then. 72 hours on a boat is not enough time. You'll learn that the hard way.
See, I'm more of a resort guy.
No. Rookie move. Enjoy.
So I should go longer?
Yes. 3 days is
I have
way
like a
too
5
short.
day one.
That's perfect.
5 days of commitment.
No, it's not. Watch. report back to me when you come back. And you're like, it was way too short. And when it started, it was already over. Trust me. I've been cruising for a long time. 3 is too short. I've done a 3-day cruise like once. And I was like, never again. It's a waste of time. Well, you guys will have fun. It's your first one. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, definitely my first one. She's been on one before. I'm just trying not to get seasick.
You won't.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah, it's a
I get motion sickness. Like
you won't. Just you're gonna be on the boat's gonna be so big, you're not gonna feel anything. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I'm doing the cruise. So this year, what are you doing for your wife? Because I'm just gonna swagger jacket like 2 years from
No, you're not. It's a staycation. I got a damn newborn. I ain't doing shit. I'm getting a room and we're going to dinner, and that's about it. And then I'm gonna change diapers and deal with my daughter, deal with the kids, man. I'm not doing anything. Her birthday is Juneteenth.
Do you celebrate Juneteenth like normally anyway?
I have to celebrate my wife's birthday.
No, I understand.
It's like
an aside from the birthday.
no, it's like, yay,
Or she shuts
Juneteenth.
everything down for her birthday.
She's a woman.
Yeah, that's
Women don't do birthdays being one day. Women start talking about their birthday like 3 weeks before it happens.
Yep.
And like if you get in an argument with them, they're like, don't do that. My birthday's this month. What the fuck? All I get is a big piece of chicken. And maybe I don't even know if I get that anymore.
no, not at all.
It's
Goes to your firstborn.
yeah, not, this will be light work. I have a screaming baby. Like I don't know what I'm doing here.
Your baby does not scream. Let's get that out.
Oh my God.
He's the nicest looking baby in the world. It's funny because he looks like you when you were like 14. You got your Jerry curl. Like, you already got the Jerry curl. But there's not one photo of this child screaming or crying.
Who
anywhere.
does that? It's like Instagram when people post on Instagram when they're miserable. Nobody does that. Everybody posts the best part. Like I send pictures of you guys and my kid because
we recorded from the house for 2 weeks. Cole, you hear the baby? I didn't hear no baby.
Do you know
Cole
how
didn't
many
hear no
doors
baby.
I closed in my house to make sure that you couldn't hear him?
I've had 3 children. Ain't no door on this earth that is going to stop the sounds of a screaming
Yes,
baby.
it is. In my house, it is. No, my child's a maniac. Today, my child took a piss on me himself, cried through that. I changed his clothes, and I was like, all right, let me change his diaper. And then he was like, well, fuck that. I'm mad now. So he took a shit everywhere. And then he yelled through it all. So he yelled so my son cried so much he was hoarse. You ever heard of it's so pathetic.
To give him a lozenge? Like
It's so pathetic. It's the worst. No, kids suck, man. I love but that's what me and my wife are doing. We're like, yay, we're gonna go to dinner and take the baby to dinner.
Staycations are great. Steakhouse,
Like
a bison steak, something like that.
if he makes it through it, you should know this.
That's true.
It's there's a clock that starts as soon as you leave the house.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, he's gonna have to eat in like 4 hours. Probably gonna poop himself. All right, so we gotta eat real quick. There's no salivating the taste of your steak. You gotta eat it like a savage. Yeah, you're so far removed from this stuff, you done forgot.
Yeah, I remember. See, you don't have. That's where the staycation hurts, because the luxury of being a parent. What I remember is once the kid hits the car, they're out.
Yeah.
So if you plan it, like, feed them, change them, put them in the back of the car, in the car seat. They're going to be asleep by the time we get to the restaurant. Our table better be ready. Don't know 15 more minutes. No, we're on the clock. It's ready. Put it on the little high chair. He's knocked out. Cover it with another blanket. It's pitch black like a parakeet to keep the parakeet quiet. Boom.
Yeah.
Knocked out. Order your food. Know what you want when you get there. There's no, no, you get whatever you want. If there's a bottle of wine, y'all get that. You're chilling, blah, blah. Drink, eat. Second kid, like your daughter, iPad. When your food comes, you're cool. You can eat. We talking, done. By the time the check hits, the baby wakes up crying. You got to bounce.
Yeah, so it's not fun. How about that? None of that stuff is fun. All I've done since this child's been born is change diapers, try to help my wife, and I've finished This Is Us this morning, which now is...
But that doesn't sound fun either.
This Is Us is incredible. This Is Us has now gone into one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Isn't it like one of the saddest shows like ever? Mm-hmm. Like, it's much like why I don't watch scary movies. I'm not entertained by just being sad and miserable watching something. Like, I can't watch 8 seasons of something that just bums me out.
But it's not sad and miserable. It's about family. Like I'm sorry. It's one of the... Did you watch Friday Night Lights?
No, I couldn't get into it. I love the movie.
Oh my God.
I love the movie.
Oh, you're the worst TV watcher ever.
No, and I love football. I love football movies. Like a football show. I gave up on All American. My daughter just finished the
All-American
4th season
sucks.
of All American.
Friday Night Lights is like so much better than All American. Friday Night Lights is like it's a top 10 TV show all time for me.
All right, I'll watch it. I'll give it a true binge no matter what, because my wife is watching Grey's Anatomy. I'm not watching that.
No, fuck that. That
No.
shit got off the rails.
That's
But
like the Sex in the City of medical
yeah, but
TV shows.
This Is Us it's just like the season finale was like 2 weeks ago, so I watched like 6 episodes because my son was up at 4, and I just sat with him for 4 hours and I just watched a bunch of episodes. Today I got to watch the season finale and I was like, yeah, I did it. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life.
But sad.
Sad, happy. It's family, life, death. I mean, the show is so well done. It's incredible. It's
That I believe. I can't just sit in the crib bummed out. Like
you're not. It's not. Let me think. Like, dog, Game of Thrones was miserable at points.
yeah, but it was like
Game of Thrones was like
action
torture
and
porn.
like killing and
Yeah, no, this is
weird
us.
shit.
this
Like
us
there's
about-
dragons.
Look, what makes This Is
like
Us?
you can't be sad with dragons.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that makes it cool.
Nah, there's no dragons in This Is Us.
Oh,
Sorry to
see,
report.
then that's why.
But it's about family, and there's a lot of things in that show will make you think about your family.
Does anyone get beheaded? Last thing I want to do is think of my family. If I'm watching TV, I'm watching it to not think about my family.
Well, I again.
Hence, I watch reality TV. I chill and I just marvel in the stupidity of reality TV, and I love every segment.
Did you watch Love in Huntsville? No, Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Phil? No, the new season came out.
Yeah, I'm still like way behind. I just
Oh,
finished.
okay.
I'm in like the 2nd season, and I'm like,
Yeah, no, the 3rd season came out.
how
I
do
gotta
y'all
watch the 3rd.
how do y'all watch reality TV all the time and not get dumber?
I mean, that's a very good question. It's one of those things where it's just like, nah, I'm turning my brain off. Because our brains are turned on like all fucking day. So it's just like, no, I'm turning my brain off. I watched, and it was just like yesterday, I watched Seeking Sister Wife, which, Dre, you and the wife, you're about to have some time. It's a staycation. TLC, it's only 3 seasons. 3rd season just came out.
You be saying only 3 seasons? I got 3 seasons worth of time to
It's
wait.
quick.
It ain't
Quick. Watch Seeking Sister Wives.
No.
It is a beautiful train wreck.
No, I'm good. How do y'all watch all this reality television?
It's stupendous.
It's so like
Shout out
so
to
much.
shout out
it's
to
so much-
AJ, Reverse Rat Pack,
Dog,
who me and him talk about reality TV
Ugh.
constantly.
gross. Like, how do y'all spend so much? There's so much good television to watch. So much.
Is it as entertaining? This goes back to like our hip hop conversation. It's like To Pimp a Butterfly. Yes, it's a great album. My argument's always been there's no replay value because when am I just going to sit around and want to listen to Pimp a Butterfly? Like, I won't. If there's a good series, I'll watch it maybe twice. Like, I've seen Sopranos twice, seen The Wire several times. Like, there's just some stuff that's really good. But I don't wake up every day and be like, yo, I need to watch The Wire. No, I wake up and I'd be like, okay, I got to work. I got time to kill. I'm put on Friends.
Yeah, you
Like
to
some
turn-
stuff is enjoyable.
You like to turn your brain off. I like to turn my brain on. I
While
like
you
shit-
work?
Huh?
That's
No,
too
not
much.
when I work. I can't watch anything when I work. I
You
only watch
pro
like,
wrestling.
yeah. I don't have to think. I can turn my brain off and watch WWE because it's terrible television. But when I like good TV, like I like to think. I don't like to turn my brain off. I like to watch things that
You and your wife sit there though and like will deduce the plot of some shit. And
Yes.
like,
isn't that what you're supposed to do?
quite possibly, but y'all like think really deep into it. On some
Yes.
like, oh, you're a real life lawyer. Like, how would this like
Yes. That's why like we couldn't watch like we watched How to Get Away with Murder for like 2 seasons. We were
Yeah.
like these are the worst law students ever.
I was thoroughly entertained by that show.
It's a terrible show.
Yeah. And Scandal for like the first 3 seasons had me.
Scandal
Papa
for
Pope.
Scandal for the first season and a half. And then they decided
3 seasons. She got kidnapped, got
No,
off of a
that-
plane,
it-
and
no.
that's when shit went off.
when they were fixing things, the show was great.
Oh yeah, I love case-based shows.
Yes, but then after that, fuck that show. That show just got ridiculous. That show, Empire, I can't.
Oh,
no,
I just
can't
watched
do
Lie
any
to
of
Me
it.
again. I was so tight that I only got 2 seasons. It's a phenomenal show.
Or my wife will watch reality television. That's how I learned about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And she was like, just watch this guy Martell. And I was like, oh my God. Wait, did you watch that show that I told you to watch?
No, Cole watched it. No,
What's wrong? Yeah,
I forgot, but I want to watch it.
Please watch it.
All right, give me the name of it again.
I can't remember the name. It's so
See?
bad. I purged it from my memory because
Cole has it in our chat.
the Miss
The
Pat
Miss
show.
Pat Show.
Yeah.
All right, I'm texting my wife the name right now.
Oh, it's
The
on.
Miss Pat Show.
You guys got Fire Stick.
Yeah, I was about. Listen, don't give away my game.
Oh my god.
But yes, I have means to watch the Miss Pat Show.
So Cole, what'd you think of that first episode?
Cole's mic went off. That's how bad it
Boy,
is.
that went some places, didn't it?
Yeah.
It goes the tonal shifts of that show
Miss
boggle
Pat Show.
my mind.
You know how crazy this show has to be? Because no one on Twitter remotely hit us up and was like, yo, the Miss Pat Show.
No, nobody's.
No one's watched it.
This is my wife's fault. She stumbled across it and was like, hey. And then she was like, I told you, she kept telling me, you need to watch the show. And I was like, why? She was like, I can't tell you, you need to watch the show. And I watched the show and I looked at her and I was like, why did you make me do this?
I'm about to take this opening segment in a horrible direction.
What?
And you know, I got nothing but love for your wife. Did she used to watch the Tyler Perry Medea plays?
Yes. Not like, all right.
So she is well seasoned
So,
in the art of bad television.
so wait.
or bootleg movie, though.
Wait. The early Tyler Perry plays were actually good.
You used to watch them as well?
Yes. The early Tyler Perry plays as plays were actually good.
If anyone wants to know if Dre is truly Vegased out, this is proof.
No.
Now you bougie. Now you Summerlin.
How?
That's how I know you Vegas.
I don't even know what that means.
You watched the Tyler Perry plays.
Yes.
You probably went to Cashman Center and caught the live show.
Absolutely not. No. I watched the plays when because here's why. My
Uh-huh.
wife was at the hair salon. They were watching them. She was like, this is interesting. And this is before they were big.
No, of course. When they were on bootleg, like,
yeah. So then
videos.
I watched them and I was like, these aren't too bad. And then a couple more happened. And then the movies happened. And I was like, oh, this motherfucker can't make a movie to save his life.
no, should have got off the rail.
Yeah, Tyler Perry is a horrible filmmaker. He looks like he's like a great person. He's like Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
I'd pull up on Alicia Keys like, you are such a sweet woman. Please don't sing it ever again. Just
Yeah,
stop singing.
like you're a delight. But
Yeah, Tyler Perry is like, you are such a great human being. You are an amazing person. Don't make any more movies for the rest of your life. Please stop. This is horrible. Stop putting your name on them. Terrible. But yeah, I saw the plays. But that's where his strength was. His strength was improv and doing plays. Making movies? No, sir, Tyler Perry. Doesn't make me bougie.
well, now you're bougie.
I support. I've been bougie.
That grounds you a little bit. That makes you more relatable to people.
What? 'Cause I watched Tyler Perry?
Yeah. Because literally, that's like the grand introduction to horrible. Like the jump from Tyler Perry, the plays, which weren't my thing, but I understand, right? Like
Yeah.
people liked the characters, and then it tied in stuff about like their family and the jokes and blah, 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 and then went straight into reality television.
It's just
Like it was like a gateway to what more wild shit can I see? And then they're like, oh, well, reality TV.
yo.
And then that was it. You're not gonna catch someone who watched those plays that don't watch like Real Housewives of Atlanta, or that don't watch like everything on the We Network right now, like Put a Ring on it. But like it's such a smooth transition from those plays of like a caricature of a black family to, oh, there's real fucked up black families. I gotta watch this too.
Yeah, no, that's true. I like my wife's grandmother came over. So we were like trying to find something to watch. And whenever the family comes over, it's like just throw on Tyler Perry. Because old people are gonna laugh and we don't have to pay attention to it.
Old people love me.
And this latest one on Netflix, I was like,
There's new ones?
yeah, my wife was like, there's a new one on Netflix. And I looked and I was like, oh no. And we turned it on. And I was like doing some other shit. Like we ordered Chinese food. And everybody on my wife's side of the family just talks through everything.
Oh, okay.
They're those people. Like, I can't like if
I don't mind those people. Do they then ask you
yes
what they missed?
look.
That's when I get like,
Oh, my mom's like, look, what is that movie? It was Samuel Jackson was in it. There's Fire 1408, I think it was called.
sure.
All right. So we took my mother-in-law to see this years ago. She fell asleep before the movie started, woke up when the credits rolled, and had the nerve to say that movie was stupid. Yo, I was like, what do you mean? Like, you didn't see it. I knew what was going to happen the whole time. I was like, you were snoring before the opening credits ended, and she literally woke up at the end of the movie, sat up, looked at us, and was like, that movie's so stupid. I knew it was going to happen the whole time. You can't
You
be
didn't
serious.
see a minute of it.
Yeah, her side of the family is like if you know my wife, like, yeah, she's an attorney, she's bougie. Like, she puts me to shame when it comes to that stuff.
Y'all are perfectly matched.
Then you meet the
love you.
family and you're like, how does she come from that? Because the whole family talks through everything. They talk, and then they talk shit about what they're watching. And I'm like, you missed everything that you're watching. So I never watch anything that I want to watch with them. Never.
It's amazing because y'all like made each other bougie. Not like y'all come from bougie.
No,
Y'all bougied each other
she
up.
grew up on the west side. I grew up in Crack Alley.
Yeah, it's like y'all went arm in arm and
Yeah.
skipped down the bougie brick road. And then,
Like,
and then it was nothing but brunch and pedicures
yes. And wine.
and wine and other month clubs.
One of the finer things in life. We still have families. My dad texted me the other day, was like, hey, son. Yes, Pop? How do we open a bank on Black Wall Street? I'm like, what are you talking about? How do you open a bank on Black Wall Street? And I was like, first of all, you trying to exploit black people? Like, what are you doing? Bad interest rates and payday loans? Like, but I don't know the answer to this. Why do you ask me stuff like this?
Sounds like something you would know.
No, but
I feel like it's up to you.
That's the stuff. Like when I worked at BET, my mother-in-law went out there. We went to a bar in where were we? Can't remember. Somewhere in Jersey.
Oh, I was about to say next to Jersey.
Yeah, but my mother-in-law came with us to a bar, and I went to go get something. And there was a dude sitting next to my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law is this person. My son-in-law works for BET. And I was like, I walked back in. Oh yeah, I got my demo tape. I'm like, like, stop doing that. Like, stop it. Stop. That's what my family does to me now. My son is famous. No, I'm not. I'm not even close.
My family constantly does that.
Like this is so annoying.
Everyone's like, oh, I'll leave the room for 3 seconds. Or we'll walk in. Oh yeah. No, oh, you work for ESPN or blah, blah. And it's just like, thankfully, my wife will mention it like in passing if she has to. But like she really doesn't. But my mom, my dad, quick, fast. I'm just like, but I haven't been to barbershop in a while. Nobody has outed me in the barbershop, which is great because that's the worst thing. I never tell anyone I cover sports in a barbershop. I'll be there for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And it's the worst. So I don't do that. My dentist office is annoying because my insurance says Disney. They're always like, hey, have you gone to Disney lately? Oh, you still free tickets, huh? Oh, you get it for, like, yes, I do. I'm not giving my dental hygienist free tickets to Disneyland. Yeah. Like, we cool? We ain't that cool. You're fixing my grill. That does not entitle you to Disney tickets. No. But that goes to say, I still ain't bougie. I embrace the ratchet television. I follow the dances the kids have. Occasionally, I listen to Coil Ray. I listen to like bad music. It keeps me grounded, Dre. Y'all are bougie, except for your wife, who does enjoy like occasional, like ratchet TV. We got to get this show.
What?
Love and Journalism Las Vegas.
No, you don't want that. You don't want that show.
Come on, you guys are perfect for
Absolutely not. I will not. Listen, here's what'll happen. Love and Journalism Las Vegas.
Yes.
Right? Because this is what happens.
Don't steal the idea.
I don't care. Steal it. I don't care.
Don't
I'm not
steal
doing
anything.
We'll do the show, right? And they'll be like, God damn, you guys are boring. They'll meet my mother-in-law, and then she'll fucking become the star of the show.
Perfect.
No, not
she like
perfect.
Mama D.
No, because what happens is those people become the worst people in the world because they don't know how to deal with like stardom and celebrity. And they'll be, dude.
Like Jim Jones' mama on the first season of Love and Hip Hop.
They become the stars.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that. And they'll be the ones that tear your marriage apart.
No, that's fine.
Nope. I promise you. These are what these shows do. Again, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Who's the star of that show now? Wanda.
Yeah.
And what does Wanda do? Try to destroy the marriage with Marceau by saying, you got 20 women's? You know how embarrassing that is? If my mother, who would never be on the show, if my mother showed up and
your mom is so cool though. She'd be a great character on the show.
No, she wouldn't. My mom's lame. But she is. My mom's boring.
She ain't bored. She's very nice to talk to.
But like Miss Wanda used the word women's, WOMENZ,
Yeah.
right? And Tisha and Marceau are like, they're wealthy and well-to-do, but people gravitate towards the ignorance. I don't want to put anybody in either of our families on one of these shows. No,
Damn, half my
thank you.
family's from Harlem. If we're on a reality show, everybody acting up. You were at my wedding. You see my cousin L. Everybody
I'm
going
good,
crazy.
man. I'm good. I don't need y'all in my life like that. Nope.
Come on, Dre. I feel like we
Never.
can do it. You're a linchpin of the series.
No, I'm not doing
You
it.
and your wife could be
No.
the well-to-do family. It's a lawyer. You could be like
No,
the
we-
Huxtables.
We
but
will be
in a
the
real
bad
life
guy.
way.
Immediately, we'll be the heels on the show. 100% will be.
No.
them. Yes.
No,
I
no
promise
way.
You. I promise
I'm
you.
definitely the heel of the show.
No, you're not.
The hot takes will be
promise you.
flying. I'd be doing wild
And that's
shit.
what people are gonna like. They're like, "Yay, Kel! Oh, here comes that jerk Andreas ruining everything. And here comes this boozy wife.
I
Their
mean, you are a
attorney.
tad bit pessimistic.
I'm
I don't know if
pessimistic.
that comes across well on
It will. It
television.
won't. And then the magic of editing. I will be the bad guy. My wife will be the bad guy. Like,
Oh, your wife is great. She has
No,
the 2
she'll-
kids. They'll
we
paint
will-
you as a workaholic.
we will be the heels. I promise you. I've watched enough reality TV to know you got to create a narrative somewhere. We don't like the spotlight.
your
We don't
wife.
like any of that shit.
Me and my wife, there's a lot of kids dynamic there too. So like we're family men. There's Big Mac and Faith. So we have Big Mac, wife. We gotta get Kevin Ioli's in town.
No, hell no.
Ioli could be on the show.
No,
We're
what is
going through
wrong with you?
journalists. Let's like Okamoto's in town. We
Dude.
do Brett. That's 4 right
these-
there.
all right.
We got 4 families.
I think you got this. I think you got this completely fucked up.
Act Shake,
these-
what he's doing.
These shows are not made to make anybody happy. They're made to create misery.
No, they'll just put a lens on our
No,
lives.
they don't. They're created to tear people apart. Love and
They
Marriage.
could follow it.
No.
We have a show together. It's
Love-
natural chemistry.
Love and Marriage Huntsville was originally a show about families building houses.
Yep. Real
It-
estate. And they
yes.
all had different.
And as soon as they found out Martell was a cheater and had that side piece that he called a peasant and coleslaw,
Yeah.
the whole show changed.
No
it's
one
a-
told him to have a side piece.
He should, but that's what they do. They uncover dirt.
That's also
That's the whole job of reality TV.
Listen, sir, I tell my life on this podcast, so y'all ain't finding
All
nothing.
right. I mean,
Y'all don't already know.
you
No
think
illegitimate children. I'm not that Puerto Rican. Like we're good. Like I got no.
why would
no
you want to
secret.
do a reality TV show?
Trey, why not? What else are we doing?
I'm working.
You got 1,000,001 jobs. Just
Thank
let a
you.
camera follow you.
No, I don't want that. One, I don't want to be a celebrity. I don't want to be remotely close to that lifestyle. I'm private. I don't want to be bothered.
Sure.
Two, again, I don't want to be people prying into my life.
No one's prying. It's just the producer, a light guy.
Dog,
We'll send Brian. Brian, if we get the show, you're hired. Brian will follow you around. Brian won't pry at all.
that he won't have to pry. That's what a producer's job is, to pry. I worked at BET when
Cool. We're hiring you as the producer.
we did the Keisha Cole show at BET, and I'll talk about it now. Remember, I don't know if anybody remembers, the Keisha Cole show went on hiatus, right? The reason why is because Keisha disappeared. Because Frankie became the star of the show. And
Oh, I
Keisha was
remember
like,
Frankie.
and
Yeah.
Keisha didn't want that to be the narrative. But when you sign to do reality TV, there is nothing that you can hide. And once Frankie liked the cameras, and then she did it. So when they started to do the next season, Keisha was like, Keisha would say she would be places, wouldn't show up. The camera crews would go there and she wouldn't show up. So the reason the show halted production is because she didn't want to be bothered with that shit. Because all it did was Frankie and Keisha's sister became like the stars of that show. And she didn't want to do that. Like, I don't
So
want.
she wanted to be the star of the show.
No, she didn't want it. She didn't want her family. The underbelly of her family became the star of the show. Keisha was a woman who came from humble upbringings, and she made it. But once you make it, you still have the family that didn't make it.
All
And once you give them a little bit of money, the first thing they're going to do is, well, for most fans, they're going to tear you down. And they're going to say, he ain't shit. That they create environments for you to shit on other people. I will never do reality television. Why? I don't know why you want to do it.
Well, I watch a
think
lot
you-
of reality
I think you
TV.
privately want that spotlight.
I mean, I wouldn't turn it down. Like, I'm not like
course you
bloodthirsty
wouldn't.
over it.
Of course you would.
But I
turn on
would
the
do
spotlight.
reality TV. Like, if for any reason, like Disney let me and it's like in my contract, I'd do reality TV. But I would like to do like Real World Challenge or something. Like, let's get it. Like, I want to go on there. I want to be on
And
the
is Real World
challenge.
Challenge really about real world, like the challenges, or is it about the personalities?
No, personalities, the manipulation. I need to do all that.
I don't want any of that.
All that. I'll do like the
Have it.
circle. Anyone else type of
Nope.
like conniving, backstabbing shows. I don't know what Big Brother does, but I think that's still going. I'd be on Big Brother.
Yeah, Misha Tate just won Big Brother.
She just won?
Yeah.
I'd definitely go on Big Brother. Yeah, I got this.
No, thank you.
No, but I'd rather just like a reality show. It follows us around. We got a show. This is easy.
No, I don't even want people following me around. I don't like when my daughter follows me around the house. Why do I want people? There's a bunch of strangers in my house with cameras telling me what to do. We shoot that shit when you're eating breakfast.
Plenty of room.
No, but then hey, can you make breakfast again? Because we need to catch. No, I don't want any of that shit. I've dealt with reality television. I'm good. No, thank you.
BT, if you're listening, please cut the check.
Hell no. And of all the places that I wouldn't do it for, BET, fuck that.
Like,
I work there. I don't. Nope. I don't
we
want
could
no part.
legit find 5 black and or black adjacent journalists.
You
in
can.
Vegas.
I'm not
Like,
doing it.
Shake works for hip hop, so like Shake,
No.
like
No.
the DX, like that's
no.
close enough.
Look, I'm cock blocking. No, Shake ain't even doing that show. I won't let him.
Shake, me,
No.
you,
No.
Big
no.
Mac. Big Mac has like a vinyl
Why do
collection.
you want to do this? No.
Like, we're,
no.
there's other black journalists
No.
around.
Hey,
Brian,
no.
shout out to our boy Brian. Who's that?
This man don't
We
take
got-
no for an answer. Kel Dansby
Brian
wants to
Salmon. I'm texting Brian right
be.
now.
Yo,
Tell him
you
Brian I got a pilot.
want to walk red carpets and shit like that. I don't want
I
no part
I
of that
hate
life.
red carpets.
Yeah, okay.
No, I hate red carpets.
All right. Until you walk them.
I mean, I would.
See?
We just had this argument about me watching panels versus me being on panels.
Exactly.
I would walk a red carpet.
See?
You know what that would mean? I'd have to buy a suit and shoes.
That's a reality show.
So yeah, look at that. It forced me
Fix me up.
to get a jacket.
That'd be fix me up. You be the extreme makeover shows? You keep coming, trying to show up with some DCs and shit. We got to slap them out of your hand. That's good television.
Oh my God. Well, we could put that on the script of one of the episodes of Love and Journalism Las Vegas.
I'll produce that shit, make money off y'all. I ain't doing it.
You could be like Shawnee O'Neal.
No,
You wanna
she's on the
executive
show.
produce?
I'm not doing
No,
that.
you got to be on the show too.
No thanks.
After Our Heroes Rock blows up and you get like a production.
Oh, no,
crew,
I'll never do it.
And they give you like a budget.
No, I'll never do it. I
Yeah.
got better things to do.
Positive black influence on reality
No,
television.
what reality show has ever been positive?
There's been positive people.
No. What reality show has ever been positive?
The whole thing?
Yeah.
No, we need some drama.
No.
But you don't got to be the drama.
No, what reality show is overwhelmingly positive?
I don't got enough time to rack my brain.
There ain't one. That's the point.
Um,
Loving basketball, loving hip hop. There ain't no love on none of these shows.
Nah, there's like
Housewives.
people lose weight on this shit all the time.
What? I
Like
said
my
overwhelmingly,
500-pound life or something. Like that's
and they're
positive.
miserable. All these shows are about misery.
They're trying to make them not be miserable.
No, I'm not. No, man. No, you can have it.
I feel like we'll be all right. Like Papoose and Remy Ma are very positive.
But the rest of the show is very negative.
That's true, but I'm
Thank
not talking
you.
about the rest of the show. I'm just talking about how you're portrayed.
And the more positive you are, the less camera time you get.
But she's successful, so they gotta put the camera.
No, they don't.
Like she like tours with Fat Joe. She's the only one that has a real rap career.
Who cares? The biggest stars that never have rap careers.
I'm saying you bring the balance to the show. We'll talk you into it. Don't worry about it. If you guys vote thumbs up for Love and Journalism, let me know. We'll talk to old man into it. We'll get it going.
It'll be hating journalism. Hate your ass. Pulling me into this dumb conversation.
Gotta love it. Let's hit the break because, again, we came here to talk MMA. We'll talk MMA right after this, and then we have a guest to wrap up the show from the UFC. So don't go anywhere. Be right back after this break. All right, everybody, we are back. It's time to talk MMA. It's what we came to talk about. We have UFC 275 to recap here. Sneaky good card there. Sneaky good. You called
Very
it.
good. Pay-per-view of the year. UFC.
Yes.
Yeah.
May or may not be a good thing. That's pay-per-view of the year
It's
so
a good
far.
thing.
And then we have to preview Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett as well before we get out of here. Joaquin Buckley, who's on that card, is going to be our guest to close out the show. Can't wait for that. One of the best highlights, UFC history. Got to ask him about that and some more stuff. So that's going to be fun to close out the show. Make sure you guys listen to that. Don't go anywhere. But Dre, UFC 275. We're starting here. Pretty much all about the main card.
Yes.
Excitement, top to bottom.
Yes.
Not a big name on this card.
No, doesn't matter. I think a star was born.
We'll see who that is then. Because it's
We know who it is. It's Yuri Prochazka, but we'll talk about that.
not okay.
I'll explain my position on this shortly, but
And I like you.
I'll explain.
Man's a ninja. Like,
Yeah.
so he lives by the way of the samurai.
Yep.
So still, Brian, you're here. We mentioned this last week. We were recording at home last week. Got to run it by you. Can you please get the Yuri top ponytail just in the back? Like, is this an option? Like, this is something we could do. You're halfway there. We just got to shave the front. And then we're good. We're good to
We'll do it.
we got to do it. You have time, Brian. It's just for Halloween. We're giving everyone characters. If you can do it for Halloween, it'd be greatly appreciated. And we'll get you a kimono. We're going to work on this.
Yeah, All right.
I love it. The theater degree coming in handy. We're going to make this work. Everybody's going to have a character for Halloween. We have now officially made Brian Yuri for Halloween. We'll get you a little UFC title. And maybe you keep the front, but we definitely need the top ponytail. Even if you keep the front, we need the top. And the kimono, and we'll make it happen. Dre, let's start from the bottom of the card first, though. Madalena knocking out Imev.
Star is born. Jack Della Maddalena is an Aussie fighter who has a very strong following, as we saw. It's the reason why he opened up the card. Found himself in a bit of trouble in the first minute. Got up off the canvas and put the things on Imev. So, I mean, you look at the welterweight division as it is, they need new blood. And Jack Della Maddalena is that guy.
Yeah, like, these Aussies are nuts right now.
Yeah.
Aussies catching fire all over the UFC. Damn near all sports. Cambosis excluded. But
Bosa's got watched.
yeah, he did get watched. But it's been a good years for the Aussies.
Made a lot of money. So what?
Yeah, so, I mean, Jack, good performance. Way to kick off the card. All right, so now we're rolling into it. Friend of the podcast, Andre Fialio versus Jake Matthews. The luck ran out. Andre fought like 4 times in 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, look, nobody expected Jake Matthews to go out there and throw hands like he did. Fialio was, I think he was just as surprised as everybody else was. This man was throwing hands. He thought Jake was going to wrestle him. That ain't happened. Jake had the performance of his life. So now you have 2 fights, 2 knockouts. And that's when I was like, all right, it's going to be a good card. Because the top 3 fights, they all didn't go how we expected them to go, but they were all full of excitement.
Oh, hands down. And listen, Jake came into the UFC with some pretty good buzz.
Yeah.
Had a hurdle here and there, but he tends to get streaky and pull off these winning streaks. So this could be a good start to a winning streak for him. But yeah, great finish there. Then we roll into the 3 major fights of the night, where we start off with Wei Li Zhang and Joanna and Jacek. And this is, again, I think I picked Wei Li.
You did.
Picked Joanna.
Yep.
This is what I saw. I don't know how much Joanna wants to fight anymore.
I don't think that's it.
Even if she does want to fight, let me just say, I don't know if she has that same thing. Maybe due to the type of fight she had been in, it took something out of her. And I was just like, not that you can't have fun on Instagram, not that you can't have a social presence and be a great fighter. It's just she was doing a lot of it. And Joanna before was gym, fight, technique. And she found a life. And that's great for Joanna the person. I just didn't know how good that was for Joanna, the world championships caliber fighter. And I think we saw that. Wei Li Zhang, spinning back fist knockout. First woman in UFC history to land one. I think it's one of like 8 ever in the UFC.
Yep.
First woman to land a spinning back fist KO. And when you talk about a face plant, Joanna was down and out.
Yep.
Then gave her no speech, left the gloves in the octagon, very emotional, apologized to Dana. She don't got to apologize to no one. Hell of a career.
Yeah.
And I think she could beat a lot of women in that division. If she doesn't want to fight anymore, that's cool.
I mean, there's no look. Joanna, I don't think it has anything to do with Instagram. I think she's only lost to 3 people: Valentina Shevchenko, who everybody loses to; Rose Namajunas, who when Rose is on, nobody can beat her;
Yep.
and now Willie Zhang twice. If she's not going to be the champion, there's no reason for her to fight anymore.
That's the key. Yeah.
And getting knocked out by Zhang, there was nothing. Joanna fought a different Zhang in this fight because Zhang decided to use her wrestling. That changed everything.
She spent much of this camp with Henry Cejudo.
Yes. And she could repeatedly put Joanna on her back. She was slamming elbows into her. The spinning back fist was just kind of a byproduct of everything else that happened. You know who I really feel bad for? Carla Esparza.
Oh.
You don't want to fight that.
To be fair, I would have felt bad for her against anyone.
Yeah, no,
I think she's going to be food.
Listen, Cookie Monster, I just have to say that I think you're a great fighter. You about to get fucked up. Because Weili Zhang is that come on. Weili Zhang ran over Jessica Andrade. Yep. Carla Esparza is the cookie's gonna get crumbled.
And Carla's best thing is her wrestling. Weili now has a semblance of a ground game.
Yeah, this
she has the confidence in her ground game. Yep. Oh, if you can't get the best of her there, then
no, you're done. You're cooked. And Carla's like, I'm not gonna fight on her time. I'm gonna fight on mine. I'm like, yeah, okay. I know
hold that belt for as long as you can.
I know what that means. It's like, do I need surgery? Get some time off.
Get a sponsorship.
I'm gonna hug this belt as long as I can.
Man, we doing something. Something. Enjoy that time as champion again. I mean, she knows what it was like to be champ and then to not be champ.
Yeah, it's about to happen again.
Yeah, enjoy that while you can. Co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko versus Talia Santos. It's the toughest fight outside of Nunez we've seen Shevchenko have.
Yep.
And Santos, to her credit, fought Shevchenko a lot like Nunez in those fights.
Yeah, but I think it's very, like a lot of people, I know Ishe Smith was on my timeline saying that Talia Santos got robbed. I was like, no, she didn't. She lost.
Yeah, no.
Round 3, 2, when Talia put her down and Shevchenko was just working her over from her back.
Yep.
Attempted the go-go plot. I was like, there's no way you can give Santos that round. I'm not. Takedowns are one thing, but if you're getting beat up in top position, I can't give you the round. Shevchenko won that fight. Here's the thing. Talia Santos now has a fractured orbital. She's going to be out for a while. The people are going to want a rematch.
Sure.
If they have a rematch, Valentina's going to dust her up.
Oh, she is running through her.
Because she's not going to fight the same fight. Now she knows Talia Santos is very strong. With great takedowns. You can't play that game. What Valentina tried to do is what John Jones used to do to a lot of fighters.
Beat them at their own game.
Exactly. And she learned the hard way. It's like, shit, this woman is strong. But in the striking, there's no match. Valentina's going to carve her up in the rematch if it happens. But Talia Santos, more power to you. You've just gone up in the rankings because of this. People want to see you fight again. Even if she doesn't fight Valentina, her stock went up. But people are weird and be like, Valentina's vulnerable. It's like, all right, play those games if you want to.
You think that.
Play stupid games, get stupid prizes.
And like you said, Santos will be out for a quick second.
Yeah.
So it's all right. Get the surgery. Wait it out. Maybe if Valentina defends her belt one more time, she's obviously cleaned out the division.
There's nobody for her to fight.
So you are going to get that rematch probably without even having to take another belt. So
this is where it's at. Miesha Tate fights Lauren Murphy.
Yep.
And a lot of people are like, if Tate wins, maybe she should fight Shevchenko. It's like, why do you want to kill Miesha Tate?
Miesha wants it.
Of course she wants it. She's going to get dragged.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're Valentina Shevchenko, listen, you want a narrow fight. Dana says you can do whatever you want. You're going to be watching the Juliana Pena-Amanda Nunes fight very closely. Because I don't know if Shevchenko wants to be a 2-division champion, if she wants to vacate this division now, but now she's got unfinished business. If there's one thing we know about Valentina, she don't like leaving food on her plate.
Nah.
She'll come back for that fight. It's just, do you go get the women's bantamweight title in the interim? I say probably. If Juliana Pena wins, Valentina's going to fuck her up. I don't know who's going to get fucked up worse. Juliana Pena against Valentina if she beats Nunez, or Carla against Weili Zhang. Who's going to get beat up worse?
Carla. Because Carla won it by boredom. At least Juliana won it by skill, right? Like she went in there and took the title from Nunez. You say Nunez injured or not feeling good coming in fight, whatever. She took that title. Carla just kind of won it because Rose didn't feel like doing nothing. Weili is not going to give her that benefit.
The only reason why I would say Shevchenko beat up Juliana Pena worse is because Juliana don't know how to shut up. And she'll run into that mouth talking shit.
Oh.
And if she beats Nunez, more power to Juliana. She deserves to talk her shit.
Damn right.
But know what you're dealing with. Because Shevchenko already beat you. She armbarred you the last time you fought, made it look easy in the second round. You fight again, you might be out of here. But I think both of them get their ass whooped.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm not sure if Pina is going to win this rematch. So we
I don't
might
think
not
so.
even.
I don't think so. But in the event that she does. Because who
Yeah.
knows? Nunez losing that fight made me question how much she still wants to fight.
Again, that's very possible.
You know, it's like you got a kid. Dana White says you're a multimillionaire. I don't know what that means. But that's a fight you had no business losing.
Yep.
Like, you got Buster Douglas in that fight. Like, nobody picked Juliana Pena. Like, 3 people. And they were just being funny. And nobody picked her, and then she wins. So I don't think, like, if you lose again, you might as well call it a career.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else like that you can, go up to 145 and just make a home there?
There's nothing to do. There's not, make a home in what? There's not even a ranking.
You can just say you're a champion and collect whatever your champion's pay is. Right? Because it gives you a light to at least collect checks. You can only have so much time making money in this sport. So it's not like you're not going to have a champion's check if you move up because you still got a belt. So fight Holly Holm again. I don't know what to say. And then we have main event Glover Teixeira versus Yuri.
That was this close to being right. But I told you.
Prochaska magic.
I told you. I told you it wasn't going to be a wreckage. I told you it wasn't going to be a round and a half.
It was going to be a round and a half.
Glover's too good for that shit.
Damn. Glover. I would like to say it could have been 2-2 going into the final round.
Not Glover winning that fight. But it could have been 2-2.
A lot of people
and Glover
had
was winning the final
3-1.
Yeah, and Glover was winning the final round too.
Yes, he was. He had top control. He was looking for submissions.
Glover made 2 very critical mistakes. That 5th round when he landed that combination and Yuri was dead to rights and he went for a guillotine, it's like, that was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instinct. That's all that was. But then, and I can't necessarily blame it as like a brain fart, but he was so tired that I don't even know if he held Yuri down for that final minute. But he had maintained top control so well in that fight. Credit to Yuri for 2 things that I didn't expect. 1, his ability to get up.
Yep.
I didn't see that coming. 2, they took some hellacious shots.
Oh, crazy.
And at that final minute when Glover got the takedown, in my head I was like, just hold him there.
Don't try anything.
Don't do anything. Just hold him there. And he couldn't do it. Then Yuri submits him. You know, it's the first time Glover's ever been submitted?
Yep. Saw that stat. Bananas.
Like, that was, all right, this was the greatest light heavyweight fight in UFC history. It's better than Jones Gustafson. That's how it ended.
Fuck. No.
Yes.
I mean, John, undefeated record, running through everyone.
I don't care. Talk about the fight.
Down 2-0. Having to sweep the last 3.
That's cool.
Ugh.
Is there anything more dramatic than a man who's down 3 rounds to 1 and gets a finish, submits a man who's never been submitted in the last minute of a fight?
Pretty damn good.
Yuri's never won by submission. He submitted Glover Teixeira in the last minute of a championship fight.
Submitted.
It's the greatest light heavyweight fight I've ever seen in UFC. It's by far, to me, not by far. I thought Jones and Gustafson was great, but the thing that made Jones Gustafson great is because we knew how good John was.
Yeah.
And we were all stunned that he was down 2-0. He had to dig deep and come back. But Glover and Yuri both were in positions to be knocked out at many points in this fight.
Several times.
Like, Glover went for an arm triangle. Glover landed the left hand. Yuri pieced him up. The body shot in the 4th round.
Hit him with a flying knee.
Right, and Glover ate it. These guys were bleeding all over the place. There were so many times that this fight could have ended and it didn't. And then Yuri pulls out the victory. There was like 40 seconds left in the fight.
Yep.
Like, I get it. People be like, recency bias. No, I went back and watched Jones and Gustafson. I was like, yeah, no, that's a hell of a fight. This fight, if that fight's in the Hall of Fame, this fight's in the Hall of Fame. This was a better fight.
Glover's so damn good for that age. I guess Father Time is chilling. He on vacay. Like,
Yeah, dude.
He ain't even messing with Glover's a bad man. He ain't even messing with Glover yet.
Look, man. But I'll say this. The right man won. And here's why I say that. Yuri Prochazka is the best case scenario for the UFC right now.
Yep.
And there's a couple reasons. One, he's got the man bun. He's got the samurai style, like the big parade in the Czech Republic. All those things are great. But here's the key. Yuri's only had 3 UFC fights. That whole division can come after. He could fight Anthony Smith. He could fight Magomed Akhmadliev. He could fight, he could fight him.
What's his face?
Alexander Ratchis, who's still hurt. Jan Blachowicz.
Yep.
He already beat Dominic Reyes. But the division is wide open. And there's nothing but challengers to turn that man into a star.
Paulo Costa moved up.
And if he does, he'd be in the wood chipper too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Ankalaev, I said Madliev, Magomed Ankalaev, who would be a hell of a fight for him. But you have Yuri here in this fighting style, this ultra violent, right? He fought Glover and got pushed to his limit and won. Now I think everybody that watched the fight wants to see him fight again.
Yeah. You still have Stylebender looming.
I don't know if Stylebender wants that smoke. Not at that side. Yo, Yuri looked huge in that
He's
fight.
Enormous.
He looked huge. So
Yo, his back
just
is
he was huge. I think even Glover was like, shit.
Yeah, he's on some anime type shit. Like he takes the kimono off and his back is just like
I think this dude is a potential star because you can keep throwing him out there with fighters. And if you look at the light heavyweight division, I mean, truth be told, he can knock every one of them out. If you finish Glover Teixeira by submission, you can beat anybody in that division.
Yeah.
That guy is a star. And the UFC should be, like, if Glover won, the reality is Glover's got like 2 fights left.
Yeah.
He's 42, right? Not much. And he's already fought everybody in that division. Ankalaev is like the only guy left. And Rakic, but he's still hurt. But with Yuri, like, dog, there's so many matches. And they're all violent.
Yep.
Like Anthony Smith said on the MMA Hour, this was their worst fight. All right.
Sure.
You go fight Yuri Prochazka and see what happens.
Or they're both just that good.
And that's what I think. I think they were both that good. And again, I think we learned.
They both did get caught with a lot.
Yeah, if Yuri wins that fight in like a round or two, that's cool and it's like a big deal. But the fact that he had to dig deep and now people are going to keep talking about this fight, as a star. He just got to brush up on his English a little bit. He could do some cool samurai shit for a commercial. And
He has good enough English.
Yeah, he can
He
get
has
by.
like the triple G, like really cool foreigner English, like big drama show like style English.
But I think that guy is primed to be a star in a, like if you look at Adesanya's cleared out middleweight, heavyweight, we don't know what the fuck's going on there. Welterweight,
It's not even an announcement. Like
no, nothing. Kamaro's pretty much handled. If he beats Leon Edwards, he's kind of done with welterweight. And it was weird. Ali went on Twitter today and said, I think Kamaru
he could be either
like,
one.
Like, Ali, shut the fuck up. Like, just.
That was really fucking good.
He is, but relax.
That's
okay?
a big jump.
You're talking about, you just said this man could be Canelo. I'll never listen to anything you say. But
30-pound jump is.
Yeah, you jumping up 2 weight classes to fight that man? I don't know about that. And you don't. And the foolish thing would be is that Ali and probably Kamaru think they can strike with Yuri. Yeah,
oh
exactly.
no.
No, but
against Glover, maybe you could try some wrestling shit, but
nah. So
it's still a big man.
Kamaru has welterweight essentially cleaned out if he beats Leon. Now you go to lightweight. There's Charles Oliveira. He's kind of beat everybody too.
Yeah, but I mean, Conor could still give Usman more money and less of a threat.
Yeah, I mean, but Conor's always looming. But I'm talking about in terms of contenders, fresh matchups.
Yeah,
Yuri's got this locked up. He's the one guy, and I think he can finish guys fast enough that you can keep finding other opponents for him.
Oh yeah.
But so I think a star was born. I thought Glover was going to win. I don't know what Glover does after this. I think
one more and goes home. Like
he probably would want a rematch. I mean, this fight is worthy of a rematch.
Sure.
I think he would have to win a fight though. I don't think the UFC is going to rush to put those two back.
Well,
together.
if you tell them like, I got one more, just let me have my rematch. And
they might.
However it works out, it works out. Like
they might do that. But yeah, a
legacy act. Yeah, you. Sure.
So that's what I mean. Like this card it wasn't like the big blockbuster UFC card with a big name, but I think a star was born because that fight.
And that would be one hell of a co-main.
Yeah, you put it. I mean,
put it in like New York.
Yeah,
like a co. Blows the roof off.
Yep.
So yeah. No, I think this. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Run it back. I wouldn't be upset at that at all. Let's run through and just make a couple predictions for this weekend. We'll start with Joaquin Buckley versus Durev.
So get on your back, Joaquin.
Yeah, don't get taken down. Give me Joaquin because he's our guest and we need a streak to continue.
Yeah, we're not biased.
No. Tim Means versus Kevin Holland.
That's actually a really good fight.
Very good fight.
But I'll take Holland because the man, I mean, he's Superman, right? Like, he'll probably win this fight, go save a cat from a burning tree or some shit. Yeah, he's crazy. Big Mouth is nuts. But give me Holland, but I think him and Tim Means, if they both agree to strike, it's going to be a hell of a fight.
Texas matchup. in Texas, in
Yeehaw.
Austin. Cowboy Cerrone, Joe Lozon.
Loser leaves town match.
Yep. This is supposed to happen a couple weeks ago. Cowboy couldn't fight. He had like a virus or something after weight cutting. This is back. Cowboy, if it is his last fight, going out in Texas, perfect scenario. And the Austin crowd's going to love it when that intro hits. It's going to be crazy when he does his walkout. So I say all that to say, give me Cowboy Cerrone to ride one more time.
I'm taking that too. And the reason why to me though is I think Lozon not being able to fight that night hurt him. Like you went through a whole training camp, you put your body through so much, and then like the day before you're like, I'm not fighting him. Now you got to fight him. You got to go through the training camp. You got to build yourself up again. If anybody's going to be hyped for this fight, it's going to be Donald Cerrone.
Yep.
Like he's going to have Danger there. His kid's name is Danger. I can never get over that.
Danger Cerrone is a pretty cool fucking name.
Yeah, it wouldn't be my kid's name. Because that's just begging for trouble.
It
It's
just
like
reminds me of Austin Powers. It's like Danger Powers. And then he's just like, Danger's my middle name.
Yeah. Having Danger as your first name and having your school call you is like, hey, Danger's fucking up against like, no shit. His name is Danger. That's what he does. You expect him to be a valedictorian? Absolutely not.
I would just walk around with the mystical ad lib on my phone whenever I would never call his name out normally. I'd just be, Danger!
Yeah.
Scare the hell out of everyone around.
So yeah, I'm picking Cowboy because he's fighting in front of Danger.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, but yeah.
Let's do that. Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett. It's tough.
I'm picking Kattar. He's a great boxer. Look, he got worse.
Josh on a roll.
Josh Emmett is heavy-handed, but I don't think he has the volume to keep it with Kattar. As long as
fight winning streak. He hasn't lost since he lost to Jeremy Steven.
Yeah. If Kattar can box, keep this fight at a relative distance, use his striking, not put himself into trouble, and not get hit by the big right hand, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be a fun fight, but I'm picking Calvin Kattar.
Just because similar opponents, I'll go Calvin Kattar too. I mean, lost to Zabit a couple years ago. That's Zabit. Lost to Max Holloway. Like, he's beat his fair share of that division. Still a very good featherweight. And I just think Josh Emmett maybe is a rung below him. So Calvin Kattar would be my pick. Decision, it's going all 25 minutes.
Probably. If it goes 25 minutes, they're going to be bleeding. They're going to be bleeding. But
This is Josh Emmett.
This will be a good fight.
No, I agree. So this, again, main card, sneaky good. I think this is a really good main card for, like you said, the UFC has a million fights. Like, when's their next off week? They're not even taking an off week between these pay-per-views.
Nah, man. They just roll them out.
Yo, the card on the 25th doesn't even have like a full card yet. It just got a main event.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, damn, they're going for it. But International Fight Week's creeping up, UFC 276. So we'll keep covering them as they keep rolling them out. Sean O'Malley's on UFC 276, opening up Pedro Munoz. That's a fight. I can't wait.
Can't
wait to break down.
That's a great. It's finally he's fighting somebody. He got a new deal, and he said it. He's like, I ain't fighting nobody until I get a new deal. Now he's got a new deal. 276 will be fun. I just got to figure out if I'll make it back for Money in the Bank for the opening fight
card.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that part out.
We shall see. At least now it's right across the street.
I'm saying I'll just walk. It's like a 20-minute walk.
Yep.
You walk from the garden to.
Well, if you go down the back street and straight up and not through the MGM, 10 minutes.
I always walk through the MGM.
Don't do it. 10 minutes. Quickest way to get there. Quick, fast. So we'll see. It's going to be one hell of a next couple of weeks. We appreciate everyone for checking out this UFC preview. Don't go anywhere, though. We have Joaquin Buckley coming up next. A hell of a guest. Great guy. Can't wait to talk to him about this weekend's upcoming fight. So don't go anywhere. Be right back after this. Everybody has promised huge UFC card this weekend, and none other than Joaquin Buckley joining us. Listen, huge middleweight fight this week. Right off the bat, people know you as a highlight reel, right? Like you go in there, you put people to sleep. So going into this fight, immediately in your mind, are you just like, yo, I gotta add to this. I gotta get the buzz going again. Is this something where you're like, decisions aren't enough? I need to knock people out when I go in there.
I mean, it's always good just to get the win because I get both my checks. But when I get those knockouts, I already know that extra check gonna come. You know what I mean? So I like the knockouts, man. I like getting the highlight reels I like getting the fans all excited, you know what I mean, when I fight. So, yeah, man, I love just going out there and putting somebody lights out, for sure.
Dog, before I talk, I want to talk about your career. I want to talk you switching over to be a full-time fighter. I need you to explain to me how this Dale Brown thing happened at your last fight.
I mean, just reached out to him. My homeboy Charles Johnson, LFA champ right now, he just got signed to UFC. He gonna be having his fight in July in London, so shout out to him. But he was like, hey man, I'd love to do a skit with him and all that other stuff. I was like, bro, shoot, we should do it. You know what I mean? So ended up reaching out to Dale. You know what I mean? I did that little skit with him, and eventually I was like, hey bro, you should pop out in my corner because I just knew it'd be a lot of publicity. You know what I'm saying? If he came out. And a lot of people be talking about it, so
But did you learn? Did you learn anything from Dale Brown? Because this man out here having me getting ready to die. Because I'm like, look at these moves. I'm gonna die trying this shit. Did he teach you anything?
Hey, you gotta do something. You gotta do something. I learned a couple things, man. He got a couple little tricks up his sleeve, man. You know what I mean? It's hard to talk about. You know what I mean? You gotta see it to believe it, though.
This man. Wait, hold on. Does this mean that some of this shit might come out in the octagon? There might be some Dale Brown jiu-jitsu that shows up in a fight?
Hey, bro, you don't know. Yeah, if Buddy take my back, I just watched what Dale just posted about. If somebody trying to get you in the rear naked choke, I might pull this move off. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to Dale Brown, Detroit Urban Survival Tactics, baby.
Oh, man.
Learning from the best out here. So, man, outside of Dale, he's in your corner for the last fight, dominant performance by you. Got a nice little win there. And back on the winning ways, right? So you're now 3 years deep in the UFC. What's different?
About 2, not 3.
2? Okay. Well, 2020 to 2022, we splitting hairs here. So 2 years deep. Do you do you feel like now you're finally getting your foot in, right? Like, do you feel like now you're finally comfortable? And because you started, and again, you weren't even full-time MMA fighter at that time. You just came in.
No, I wasn't.
People out?
I wasn't, but no, but we never comfortable though. You know what I mean? So, this is the type of job that you gotta, like, you always gotta show up and perform. You know what I'm saying? Better than what you did last time. So when y'all talk about me coming to the decision with Razak Al Hassan, I really felt like I didn't really perform like I really wanted to because I didn't get a knockout. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, I ain't never comfortable. You know what I mean? So until we get that belt, until we get that title, bro, you know what I mean? I'm always gonna be stressing. So
as a
we're trying to get that belt.
Like, you look at this middleweight division, obviously, a couple weeks, Cannonier and Adesanya are about to fight, which is a big fight. But when you look at this division, there's a lot of opportunity there because Adesanya has pretty much fought everybody else. So do you feel like it's
fought everybody?
That's what I'm
he
saying.
Fought everybody. Like now y'all just gotta make good matchups for him. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion. So, but I feel like Izzy, he got a lot on his plate with Jared Cannonier. He's been the only fighter that I can see that ain't gonna have no fear and trying to walk down Izzy. A lot of guys when they get in there, Marvin Vettori, Paulo Costa, Robert Whitaker, they kind of stay at bay. You know what I mean? And they hesitate a lot of times instead of pulling the trigger. And Izzy ain't got no problem taking that thing to a decision, you know what I mean, and riding out to the judges. But Jared Kennedy, I feel like he's going to be trying to go for that finish. And I feel like the only time that you can really put Izzy in some trouble is you put that pressure on his ass.
But that being said, because you're the same kind of fighter that looks to knock some heads off, if you match, I'm not saying you fighting Izzy tomorrow, but it feels like your style might be one of those styles that could crack that very difficult code with Israel Adesanya.
It definitely can, you know what I mean? But, I got to do my job first, knock out this wrestler boy, Habib cousin, who I'm fighting, Albert Durayev. And once I do that, then we're going to be talking about fighting somebody that's ranked. And then I'm going to be calling out Izzy pretty soon.
How much different is it?
I'm a perfect matchup. It's a fun fight regardless.
Oh, hands down. How much different is it knowing that you're going in against a wrestler, someone who's not necessarily looking to take your head off first and foremost, right? Like, try to put you on your back and survive, not get his face taken off. How much is it different for you preparing for a fighter like that than someone like in your previous fights, like when you fought like Kevin Holland, when you knew like, yo, we're going to stand and bang?
Yeah. It's not different. Albert Durayev, he gonna try to throw them hands for the first 2 minutes. But once you realize he ain't gonna have no success, he gonna be missing, swinging at the air, and then that's when he gonna try to shoot. But people don't realize like my background was wrestling. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to show everybody, that I'm more than just a striker in the stand-up fighter. I got a ground game too. So,
speaking of Kevin Holland,
everybody gonna see the levels of my game in this fight.
Bro, speaking of Kevin Holland, I don't want to talk about the fight, But you done seen what this man been doing, or says he's been doing, right? Like, he's like a superhero now. Are you buying this?
That's what you can call it.
I'm saying, do you believe that he's doing this, or you think this is all smoke?
He's in the right place at the right time.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, kudos to him if it is true and all that other stuff. But I just feel like, man, it's been happening too frequently. You know what I'm saying? It ain't coincidence. I feel like he been paying folks off. I don't know. For these little TMZ interviews and shit like that. But regardless, though, man, shout out to Kevin Holly, man. We on the same card tonight, man. And I'm sure we both gonna put up a good show because me and Kevin Holly, we still got unfinished business too.
I was about to say you definitely want to run that one back because you're clearly a different fighter now. You got full camps now. You're not doing this part time.
Yeah, I got full camps, bro. I ain't working at Walgreens no more, man. Stop playing with me, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna be a whole different fight, you know. And then plus on that fight, bro, I only had a week to get ready. You know what I mean? For him, he was already in a fight, and then I had just got done fighting for LFA as soon as I got signed with the UFC. But you know, I showed everybody what I was capable of, and I bounced right back with a win against Empa with the craziest knockout in UFC history. And I just being real successful in my UFC career right now. You know, so with this next fight, I'll be 5-2 with the UFC.
You mentioned that.
Seven fights deep.
How crazy is it to come in and have just one of the biggest knockouts ever? You win knockout of the year. You have all these accolades, your highlights everywhere. Like at ESPN, we ran it every 2 weeks for like 3 months. Like the highlight was bananas. So how much pressure did that put on you, if any, to be like, yo, like now I got to live up to this? Like, or did you just take it as,
no pressure, no pressure, you know what I'm saying? And if it was pressure, like it's well-deserved, you know what I mean? So pressure is only privilege to the champions. That's how I feel. So, you know what I mean? I'm cool with that pressure, man. I live under pressure. But it got my name out there. That's the hardest thing, man. You got fighters in the UFC that's been in there longer than me, probably 5-6 years, still ain't got no name. You know what I mean? They exciting fighters, but you know what I mean? They haven't done anything to make no noise and haven't been able to do anything to make a splash, and they still kind of unknown. You know what I mean? So I feel blessed with the whole opportunity, you know what I'm saying, getting that knockout and everybody loving me for it.
Here's a question. Wait, first of all, before I ask this question, are you a single man, married man, bachelor? You a bachelor?
Nah, man, I got a girl back home.
Okay.
That's her. So I'm a father. She made me. I was like, man, who let me have a kid? My baby mom back home.
Congrats.
Here's the question.
Thank you.
Here's the question I want to ask, because you get a knockout like that, and obviously us dudes, we go, yo, that's crazy. Well, this shorty's in your DMs after that knockout. It was like, hey, man, like trying to holler at you after that knockout.
Yeah, the old hoes that wasn't fucking with me back in the day, back in high school.
They came back around.
They hit me up like, you remember me? You remember? I'm like, yeah, I remember your stinking ass.
Back then, you ain't know me. Now I'm hot. You all on me, man. Listen, Mike Jones.
Yeah, type shit on some Mike Jones shit, yo. Yeah, but ain't nobody. I got a good girl, man. She loved me for who I am. You know what I mean? If the UFC cut my ass right now, she'll still be there. You know what I mean? So. You know, ain't nobody sunning off these peckerwoods, you know, these peckerhead hoes. Ain't nobody, yo.
I feel you. Yo, before we let you get out of here, and of course, we're ready. We're geared up for the win this weekend. You got any call outs in mind? Anybody you're like, yo, in Octagon, once I get this knockout, put this one under my belt, this is who I want next.
Oh, y'all gonna see that once I knock out Albert Dwyer, who I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna say that for that.
All right.
You know
all right, but you got somebody. You ready?
Oh, Ben had him. I got a whole list, boy.
We just checking them all.
Give me what I want. Yes, sir, man. Appreciate y'all, though.
Oh, man, we appreciate it. You get back to your hotel. Be safe. Good weight cut. Can't wait to see the fight, man. We appreciate it.
All right, appreciate y'all, man.
All right, have a good one. Joaquin Buckley. Oh, man.
I had to ask.
Peckerhead hoes.
I had to ask because, like, yo, when you get a knockout, like, people like, yeah, but we're dudes, right? Like, yeah, more power to you. I love that knockout. I just be wondering, like, the MMA women be like, oh, Joaquin, what's good? So I guess we found out.
Girls came through like, don't you remember me from high school? we went to junior prom together.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Knock me out, Joaquin. Knock me out.
No, Joaquin is incredible. Nothing but the best wishes for him coming up this weekend. You know, we love the streaks here on the Corner Podcast.
Yeah.
So, got to keep the winning alive. Shout out to him. Thank you, everyone, for listening today. It's been one hell of a show. We appreciate you. We still have boxing and pro wrestling coming up later in the week. So back to 3 shows a week. Going to be great. Shout out to everyone. Blue Wire Studios here in the Wynn Resort in Las Vegas. Blue Wire, the network. Producer Cole, Baby in the booth holding it down. Brian, making us look pretty under the lights. We appreciate you. Follow us on social media at Corner Podcast _ on Twitter, at Corner Club for Life on Instagram. Check out our YouTube, The Corner Podcast. You can see all of these videos, our interviews, and highlights up there of every show. We're on a roll with these interviews, so it is great. In the meantime, stay safe. Stay Rona free, like me and Cole Baby now. Till next time, we're out.
Peace.